Hello, my little board gaming pork chops. Welcome to the WDR's Top 10 Halloween games to be enjoying in your homes this Christmas. No, hold on a minute. Not Christmas. Halloween. Yes. So, what do we got? 10. So first up, number 10 is Betrayal in the House of a Hill Legacy Edition. Now, Betrayal, standard vanilla game. It's good fun to a certain extent, completely broken in certain haunts. The idea is a bunch of you play investigators going into a house that's slowly discovered as you go along, and then about a sort of halfway point of the game, depending what things happen, a haunt will occur, and one of your party will turn out to be a bad guy. Good gracious. So at which point in time, they're then fighting against you, trying to kill you, and you're trying to kill them. That's what happens. Legacy takes this concept, this amazing concept, and tilts it even more. We'll give you a legacy element that the house is constantly evolving and learning as you play, and more parts and elements are added, and all sorts of kind of cool stuff. We love legacy games here. Oh yes, we do. This is Betrayal, this is Legacy. Really good fun for the haunted evening. If you're going to play one over Halloween, Betrayal Legacy, real easy one to get to the table. Anyone who's not even a massive board game fan can have a crack at it and can have some fun. Lovely. 9. Number 9, we will pick Bloody Inn. Ah yes, bit of an old one. This is a classic. This is based on an 18th century yarn of some hoteliers who were murdering their guests. Shocking development. So yes, you are playing these aforementioned hoteliers, and you're taking guests in, and what you're trying to do is murder them, but get rid of the bodies before the police find them. And it's a kind of a card drafting game to a certain extent, and the card plays multi-use cards. You can use buildings that you build to then turn into a graveyard to hide the bodies under. It's a real clever design, really cool sort of thing. Competitive, and it's kind of beautiful art as well. If you look at the art and design of it, just stunning sort of art and design on those cards. They look kind of cool. Yes, they do. So yeah, if you're Bloody Inn, really good fun, lovely macabre theme. If you want something really dark and a bit twisted, which it is, then Bloody Inn is something we highly recommend. Love that one. 8. An oldie and a goldie, and a classic that we left going back to every time. Dead of Winter. Oh yes. We love a bit of Dead of Winter. The classic zombie game, it gets it right. Essentially is the zombies are kind of almost like a distraction to the main game. Where the problem lies, where the horror, where the backstabbing, where the nastiness occurs is amongst the interaction of all the human characters. As there's always there potentially could be a hidden traitor amongst your gang. So you're trying desperately to sort of survive against the elements and food and stock up and deal with the crossroad cards, which is kind of a cool mechanism. All that good stuff. It was Plaid Hat sort of like boom, they really nailed it with that one, and everyone was kind of looking for the prospect of more Crossroads games, and then nothing really happened, and then we got Gen 7 and nothing really happened. But yeah, if you go back to the oldie and the goldie and the classic, there's Dead of Winter. The core set is fine on its own, you don't need any expansions. I personally haven't. There's the Warring Colonies one, which always sounds kind of interesting. But yeah, Dead of Winter, if you love your zombie movies, this is a zombie apocalypse in a box. Everything you love about a zombie movie is in here. Well worth a look. 7. Number 7, we will go for Ghost Store, which is a light affair for those if you've got the kiddie winks in your family, the little tiddlers, you want to keep them happy. Then Ghost Store is the idea of you're all ghosts in a haunted house, and what you're trying to do is scare off the people who've come to the hotel. You don't want those terrible guests in there. So you need to get rid of them. So you play ghosts, and it's got some really interesting ideas of some card play, lots of dice play. The dice relates to the scare factor of the guests, so it sort of slowly diminishes down, and you're looking ideally to keep them scared to the point that they're going to run off and flee out of your hotel. And lots of other nice little treats and tickets in there. We really loved it when we first reviewed it, and it's still a classic now. Ghost Store, one for the kiddies, one for the family. Really good, cracking little game from Tinkerbot Games. Number 6. Number 6, we will go for a bit of cool mini or not goodness, which is going to be The Others. Eric Lang's One Mess is Many, dudes on a mappy type thing. Essentially, one guy is playing The Others, this Cthulhu-ish sort of one of the 7 sins. There's various different versions. You can buy expansions for more of the sins, but you'll play one of the sins, and what they're doing is they're just trying to decimate a city. You have a band of heroes played by the other characters who are trying to kill them off, wipe them out, and stop the apocalypse happening. It's a very thematic, really cool, really nice minis. It's actually kind of it's It's one of those games that really actually deserves a little bit more praise and a bit of excitement than it is. It's quite a good, cracking, tight design of the monster versus the good guys. And it actually, although initially seems overpowered on one side or the other, actually once players know what they're doing, it's a real cutthroat, knife-edge game of tactics and strategy there, trying to fight off and stop the monstrous hordes of occurring or kill the bad guys, or the good guys even. Bad guys. Man. But yes, if you're a fan of that sort of idea, one versus many, it's really cool, kind of like a cyberpunky feel to it. As I say, aesthetically and production design, as we expect from Cool Mini, is very good. And this one can be picked up occasionally on the bargain bin, so keep an eye out for it. The others from Cool Mini or not. Number 5. Number 5 will be Village Attacks from Grimlord Games. Village Attacks is a classic sort of tower defense game, and we really like the theme of this. The idea is essentially is that you are the bad guys, more of you playing the bad guys, and you're in your castle, and the villagers, damn them all, pitchforks and lighted torches are coming through your castle gates. They want to kick you out of Transylvania. This is what you're trying to do, is protect your castle heart as they try and come in from all different angles and attack. Dice rolling, there's monsters, there's special abilities. It's kind of cool. It's quite light as well, actually. It appears at first to be maybe like a complex thing, but actually it's some minis and some cards and some good ideas and traps you can set and all that sort of fun. Actually, once you get cracking and playing it, it's a very straightforward, simple game. And good fun, if you're looking for that. It's one of the better tower defense games that we've come across. It just doesn't overcomplicate it. It gets down to the... doesn't break it, just says, right, this is what we're doing on the tin, this is what we're going to do. So that's worth a look, and I believe at the moment in time there is a Kickstarter running for a expansion or second edition-y type thing. Have a look. Number 4. We will go for Subterra from ITB Games. Subterra is essentially Descent, the board game. If you played the movie or seen the movie Descent about the cavers, a bunch of ladies go caving and then discover horrible things in the caves, and pretty much everyone dies, and it's dark and claustrophobic and fairly horrific. So yes, that is that. Well, this Subterra is essentially that. It's a tile laying game. You're all cooperative and you're all basically cavers trying to find your way out of this carnivorous labyrinth of caves, and you're laying tiles down as you're slowly sort of building your track across the table, trying to find the exit that's somewhere towards the end of the stack of those tiles. There's various things that go on, gas chambers and floods and tight crevices you're trying to squeeze through, but eventually, sooner or later, there will be creatures in the dark that will be awakened and they will come to try and murder you, and at which point in time it all gets, well, the shit gets real. It's good fun, really tight cooperative game. Really enjoy it. And there's a second edition now on Kickstarter, which is kind of not got the caves and stuff. It's more volcano related. But if you're looking for a good old-fashioned, more horrific bit of fun and games, then we can push you no further than to Subterra from ITB Games. Really good fun, really a cracker. Number 3. Mansions of Madness, second edition, just a classic Cthulhu horror game. This one is the one with the app, and it implements very well. First edition was virtually unplayable. If the GM player playing the mansion got it wrong, then the game was knackered, completely screwed. This version that's all controlled by an app, so essentially it's you and a bunch of investigators, again cooperatively trying to solve the mysteries, a bit like a Scooby Gang, but not as cool. Lots of scenarios on there. Bunch of expansions now available for it, but really cool fun. Some of the scenarios are really twisty-turny fun, and it just every so often when you replay it, it does tweak them a bit, so there is variety to that. But if you're a fan of Cthulhu, a fan of the idea of the dark mansion and you're doing missions and stuff, it's all in there. Really cracking game. There was Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle-earth took this idea and kind of implemented it into the Lord of the Rings thing. That is naff comparison to this. This is the classic, this is the original version. This one we love, really good fun, very thematic. The app does a really great seamless job of controlling all the kerfuffle that's going on in the background, so you can just get on and play, and really easy to teach and play as well. But yeah, Mansions of Madness second edition. You're looking for your haunted house jibes, then there we go. That's one we highly recommend. Number 2 on the list, we're going to give you Lifeform from All or Nothing Productions. The Mark Chaplin designer, we've reviewed this recently. This is essentially Alien, the board game. One versus many again. The evil biomechanical killing machine is loose on the ship, and you're desperately just trying to survive and escape and get out in your launch craft and get out of there to go away before you're all murdered by this merciless biomechanical killing machine. Really good fun, really tight design, really just story, just kind of thematically sort of pours all over the place. If you love Alien, which we do here, and I do love Alien, this is it. This is really, all bar the name, is Alien the board game, and it's a cracking bit of fun. Really taunt, good design, love just the idea of just being stalked by this creature. Really good stuff, lots of variety to it, really thematic, as I say. If you're any way interested in that, that's Lifeform from designer Mark Chaplin and All or Nothing Productions. Really cracking, well worth tracking down and giving that one a pop. Number 1. And then finally, that leaves us to number 1 on our list, which what else we could do is The Thing. Oh yes, The Thing, Affection Outpost 31. We love The Thing, I love The Thing. The Thing is probably my most favourite movie ever. This is a hidden traitor game, and the idea is you are at the Antarctic station. If you don't know the idea of The Thing, you must watch The Thing now. But essentially, you're all guys at the Antarctic station. A organism is loose amongst you, which you can shape change and take forms and become you. And what you're trying to do is go for the missions and find the thing. You're essentially trying to find the thing and wipe it out. And it's played over this taut, sort of slowly tension increasing part of the game where you're heading towards the point where you're going to have to jump on the chopper if you can survive that long and escape. I've had a couple of games of this and it hasn't disappointed. I will say caveats on this one. It really only plays at its absolute finest with a full allotment of player count is really the only way to enjoy this one. But it's a cracker. It's a bit tighter and harder to get hold of. But there is variations on that. You can find stuff. There's a print and play by Mark Chaplin, the designer of Lifeform, actually, of The Thing, which is also an equally really good Thing game if you want to go to BGG and find that. But if not, hunt down The Thing Infection Outpost 31. It's tight, it's sleek, it moves fairly fast. It's Battlestar Galactica, kind of like, but the Thing theme kind of nails it for us. We love The Thing. Did you get the idea that we love The Thing? But we love The Thing. Really good fun. Really good hidden traitor game. We love that one. That's number 1 from us on this Halloween top 10 list from Who Dares Rolls. So there we go. That has been Who Dares Rolls. Thank you for tuning in and all that. Don't forget to subscribe, or else don't make me angry. I'd hate to have to come around to your place and get angry at you for not subscribing. Have a happy Halloween. And until next time, we've been Who Dares Rolls. I've been Who Dares Rolls. I'm Mike from Who Dares Rolls. Now we're going to go and see how long it's going to take me to take this face paint off.
Bye.